Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to be doing a quick little roster update video, and I'll be discussing my plans and goals for 2018 in terms of what we want to accomplish in Marvel Contest of Champions. So let's go over to the roster here for a moment. Let's sort by hero rating. So our top 5 champions here, we have Maxed, Dr. Voodoo, Iceman, Starlord. We've got a 5-star Crossbones that is, I think he's like 36 out of 45 or something, so still have some levels to pump into him. And then we have 4-star Ghost Rider Magic, Thor, Hyperion, Stark Spidey at 440. We've got X-23 and Rogue in there at 440 as well. So some decent champions that we can hopefully be able to take up to 550 very soon. If you've been following the Crystal opening videos that have been going up on the channel lately, you'll know that our main goal is to try to open a 5-star champion that can take us through our first path in the Labyrinth of Legends. I do have this 4-star Starlord that's maxed out, Sig level 39, that I could potentially take through the Labyrinth. However, I'm really kind of holding off on doing that because just with taking a 4-star through versus taking a 5-star, the amount of units that you're going to spend on revives is just going to be so much more for a 4-star because you can't push their attack over 2000, so you can't get the extended enrage timer. So assuming you can survive to the end of the second enrage timer, you really only have about 4 minutes at max that you can be fighting, and at best you can get in around 180 hits or so. So yeah, it would just cost me a lot more in units if I took 4-star Starlord through versus a potential 5-star. So let's just flip out and look at who we have for 5-star champions right now. We've got that Crossbones that we mentioned earlier. We duped our Juggernaut a couple of days ago, actually in the same opening that we got the Crossbones. We've got a Yellow Jacket, an Iron Man, Starlord. He was actually the very first 5-star champion that I got, so I'm happy that I have a Starlord as well as a Dr. Voodoo. However, both of those champions really need to be awakened in order to be really, really solid. If we awaken Starlord through some miracle, I will be taking him right up to 455, and we'll be doing our first run in Labyrinth very soon after we can awaken him. So some of the other champions that we have that are not too exciting, we've got a Colossus, a Venompool, Thor, Jane Foster, and Loki. We have Ultron as well, who we actually got Ultron and Loki in the same opening as Crossbones and Juggernaut a couple days ago. I'm somewhat happy that we got Ultron. Probably just use him in Alliance War Defense. But we also have a Black Panther here. Now, I haven't really seen any videos with Black Panther doing a first run in Labyrinth of Legends, but if we can awaken him, I'd be really tempted to try it. I know he's gonna suck on the Colossus fight, because I'd be going that route instead of going through Cyclops, Vision, Age of Ultron, and Spider-Gwen. We'd be hooking inside the Labyrinth a little bit and taking out Colossus. So I know that would make that fight last extremely long, but all the other fights, I think he would potentially be okay in. We're still going to get wrecked on Magic, we're still potentially going to get really wrecked on War Machine, but with his bleed stacking, I have a feeling that he can potentially pump out a lot of damage. So if we manage to awaken this guy, I'd most likely still take him up to 455 anyway, because I've got 8 or 9 Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts, so it wouldn't be like my only champion that could go up to 455. So I'd potentially still take him up anyway, and then I'd do some practice runs on Red Hulk and see if if we can get him down in one shot or pretty close to down in one shot repeatedly with this guy, then I think I'd feel pretty comfortable taking a duped Black Panther through the Labyrinth on my first clear. But some other champions that that I'm wanting to get for 5 stars that we could take through the Labyrinth would be a Hyperion, a Stark Spidey. He gets introduced into the 5-star basic pool early next week. Angela and Gwenpool, and X-23 potentially as well. Any of those champions I'd be willing to take through the Labyrinth for the first path at least. And like I said, if we can dupe Starlord, and potentially if we can dupe Black Panther, they'd be going into the Labyrinth as well. So, with all this talk about Labyrinth, obviously one of my main goals for 2018 is to do my initial clear at least in the Labyrinth of Legends. If we could, depending on how early we get our Labyrinth clearer, is gonna also determine how much else of the Labyrinth we complete. There's 7 total paths to do in it, and if we can manage to get our Labyrinth clearer pretty early on in 2018, then potentially I'd look to maybe 100% it. I know that's probably a pretty big stretch, but we'll see. If I'd at least ideally like to get it half complete, so 3 or 4 paths throughout 2018 would be the goal. But that honestly, that really depends on when we can get a 5-star champion that is a viable option to go through the Labyrinth, because not every 5-star champion, even at 455, is a viable champion to take through the Labyrinth. So yeah, I think with the current 5-star crystal pool, and with our champions, including the ones that we could get to awaken, I think we have about around a 15% chance or so of pulling a champion that's either on their own or would awaken one of our current 5-stars. That would be good to go through the Labyrinth. So we'll just see what we can get, and when we can get it. Another goal for 2018, I can't really look at it right now. Actually, maybe I can. If we go wherever it is in here, there we go, would be to be able to regularly clear uncollected difficulty. I was able to complete it, and I was able to explore the first 2 chapters, but at least this month, that Ice Phoenix is so brutal, and unfortunately we're just not really going to be able to 100% explore uncollected this month, which is kind of unfortunate. We're missing out on some really good rewards. We're missing out on some 6-star shards, some more 5-star shards, tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments, tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, and a tier 4 class catalyst crystal, which I've got 5 of those in my stash already. But we were able to 100% explore Master. Master has been nerfed a little bit starting this month, so we've been able to clear Master 100% for a long time now. So this is just something that we'll be able to keep up with, and be able to keep clearing every month. Obviously, we still clear Heroic because I don't pay the 300 units to get this key in advance. But I also do clear normal and beginner to 100% every month as well. I know some people say that it's not really worth it, but in all honesty, if my energy is just gonna expire and just sit at full cap while I'm at work, then it's just getting wasted anyway. So I just run through these beginner and normals on auto whenever I've got energy that's full, or just so that it's not sitting there all day, not being used for anything. But we can actually almost auto 100% Heroic as well. So we're getting close to just being able to run through that mostly on auto. But yeah, so that's there. Just gonna give another quick little update on our crystal Horde here. We've got a lot of these, and I really don't know when I'm going to be opening these. We've got 1.2 million premium hero crystal shards, and if we go back over to crystals here, we have 51. Yeah, we have 51 fully formed premiums, you know, just from monthly event quest, exploration rewards, the Sunday Crystal Cornucopia Arena rewards, just things like that. So we've got just over like 650 premium hero crystals that we could be opening. We've got 117,000 3-star shards, and I think we had 11 fully formed 3-star crystals. Yeah, we have 11 of them. So there's just a lot of premiums and 3-star hero crystals that that we've been saving up for a while now. That I'm still not really sure when I want to open them. Probably sometime in the new year. I just really don't know at this point. I am a little bit dry on ISO right now, so you know I'm kind of tempted to just kind of crack into them now. At least the 3-star ones. I kind of want to leave the premiums to do just like a massive premium opening. So yeah, the 3-star ones potentially, because those can give pretty good chunks of ISO. I used to be doing some 4-star hero crystal videos where I would just open a few of them, 3 or more of them at a time. I had recently stopped doing them because there were a couple of really specific 4-star champions that we were looking for. So whenever I would get enough shards, I would just pop one, off camera. But now that we picked up that 5-star crossbones, I don't really need to be opening these 4-star hero crystals anymore, because a 4-star crossbones was one of the main champions I was going for. Just because he's a really good utility champion. He's like the best champion to use against spiked armor nodes. So yeah, I was mainly going for a 4-star crossbones, a 4-star Scarlet Witch as well. But I've managed this long without a Scarlet Witch, so I think I can go a little bit longer. So yes, but now that we got the 5-star crossbones, I don't need to be popping into the 4-star crystals that much anymore. So those are going to start to pile up as well. But the 5-star hero crystals, as soon as we get 10,000 shards, we're just going to pop into them. I don't want to be saving them anymore, because like I said at the beginning of the video, my main goal for 2018 is to get my initial clear in Labyrinth done, and I really only want to do that with a 5-star champion. So yeah, the Grandmaster crystals that we put together with shards, I opened those in the monthly login calendar crystal videos that I do, because I usually form 1 to 2 of these at least a month. And so yeah, in addition to opening our monthly login crystal from the login calendar, I also open these there as well. So that's where most of my Grandmaster crystals get opened. And something that we also do, if you're not familiar, is with every time we get a brand new champion, we purchase 1 of the featured Grandmaster crystals for that champion, and we spin it out and we see what we get. So there's a separate series going for that. We haven't hit any luck with any 5-star champions yet, unfortunately. So maybe in 2018 we can get our first 5-star champion out of a featured Grandmaster crystal. And then just to wrap up here, just gonna kind of scroll through some of these last little crystals here. So we've got a bunch of tier 3 and tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, as well as glory crystals. We've got a bunch of map 3, 4, and 5 crystals that will all open at some point. I've got 5 tier 4 class catalyst crystals fully formed, 24 of the tier 3 class catalyst crystals. We recently opened all of our gold crystals when we had that boost for that week. So now we're starting to save these up again. The 2-star hero crystals as well; those are going to be saved alongside of the premiums. So whenever we decide to open the premiums, we'll also open the 2-star hero crystals, because we just eventually want to get all of our 2-stars to max signature level, so that every one of these 2-star crystals and most of our premiums will give us a max sig crystal, so we can just have more shots at that Immortal Iron Fist. The uncollected free crystals we save. I'm just saving those up for whenever we get into Labyrinth, basically. Just gonna keep saving those. Uncollected daily crystals, we open those. I've done 2 videos, I think. I've done 70 and 50. So we've got a few max sig crystals here, nothing too much. And then our signature stone crystals here. I recently popped all my 4-star sig crystals. Just, you know, to work some of my 4-star champions while item use was on. But we still have our 5-star sig stone crystals because the only 5-star champion I have awakened is Juggernaut, and I really don't want to pump mystic stones into Juggernaut. And then we've got a bunch of 3-star ones sitting here, as well as 108 total solo crystals that again, I'm not too sure when we're going to be opening all of these. It might be soon, it might not be. You know, we'll just have to see. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this update video. This was a little bit longer than I was expecting, but yeah, big plans for 2018, and just hope we can accomplish as many of those goals as possible. So I want to thank everybody for watching. If you stuck with this entire video, extra special thanks. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button if you like what you saw, and subscribe to keep up with everything that I'm doing, Marvel Contest of Champions related, and I will see you guys all in the new year and in the next video.